White G boy. My balls don't get hot. My balls are the scene. Stop playing with me, man. Push me to the quarter. Push me to the use of G. Ooh. Yeah, well, salute. Shot.
As a shooter, I know how that shit be. You come around that bitch wider than expected. Like once you hit that button, you are already committed. Yep. That was a nice pass, and then of course it's got that dumb lead animation with it. It's just dumb. Yeah. Did you see that?
Whoa.
Everything's slow. Everything's delayed. I went into my shot. He stopped me in mid shot. I had to throw it. I had to throw it away. Well, not throw it away, but.
Come on.
And I knew they wasn't gonna let me get it. Right. When I seen it, I don't know. I knew that one was tough.
Shot.
That was some bullshit. I supposed to be a jump ball like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, he closed out quick with the mother. Oh shit. Come on, I ain't even trying to throw it way the fuck up there. My bad, Jeff. Shut. Oh man. I respected your love. Back it up. Good shit. I was trying. They had me stuck in the animation. Play ball. Yeah, that. How I not get the fucking rebound? Oh yeah. Don't get discouraged. I don't know how they getting their bullshit little passing through all that traffic though. I see our hands swiping at them, but we ain't getting none of them. No. I was waiting on him to go. I knew he was gonna try it. I'm gonna come over to help us. Oh my God. Oh, you had that. You had that one, buddy. All right, we still go with this motherfucker. I got picks out here. Oh shit. Oh good shit. Oh shit. Come on, come this way, come this way. Oh, swing this way, swing, yeah.
Man, I have no problems on this fucking game earlier. Like 5 straight blowout wins with these dudes, and then they had that upgrade or little update, and I had to go back to the main menu, and immediately after that, I haven't won a game since. All of my animations are quirky. Yep, no. No. Yeah. Right. It was everything was the way it was supposed to be. Not like. We know it'll happen every now and then, but those two games that we just played, it was like left and right were wacky ass dumb animations for no reason, and you know,
That's what he did.
and it didn't help. That last game was definitely winnable. Those guys were not good. Those guys are part players, and you know, it is what it is. But that game is definitely noticeably different from earlier. I mean, all the smoothness is gone right now.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with those other guys being part players. I mean, if the game would have been, if the natural gameplay would have been like it's been the last, week or so, I would have been cool. It would have been, I'm sorry, it would have been easily winnable games. I mean, no doubt. I mean, you do that. I mean, nothing new. Those
Mm-mm.
guys were, that other team was horrible. The team before it was weak, and we're just losing off, the same BS.
Mm-hmm.
Speedy players clogging the lane on defense. I mean, that in other words, when the rebound goes up, they have four guys at one
Swarming.
time, three in the paint. I mean, I'm talking about in the paint for the defensive rebound. I mean, they're getting defensive 3 seconds and they're not calling it, and it's nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing new. And like I said, I know when I play with my different guys, what type of impact they have, and like I said, and I just noticed that when they were catching me down the floor, a baseline getting cut off, and all this other stuff. I mean, even at the OG, the sharpshooting slasher, I noticed a big difference. It was just like
Mm-hmm.
it was just straight cheese because like I get the baseline cut off by one guy, then the other guy's just spamming and jumping and all like it was just like, wow, is this the type of pattern that 2K is really like? It's a big pattern of nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
BS.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, they always take it with the game. The game is trash, and I mean, that's it.
That's the bottom line right there.
I mean, that's it. I mean, and I get, and I get real ignorant when people be acting like, oh yeah, your record and this stuff. I get super ignorant when it comes to talk about a record, man. That record has nothing to do with nothing. I
No,
mean, fix the
I
game
mean,
right. Hey, fix the game right. Reset the records, and then you'll see a positive record, true reflection because the game's been tampered with. I mean,
mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, when the game was fixed, I was playing with randoms all day long. I was getting wins. I was
Hell
streaking.
yeah.
I got screenshots. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, it's real simple. Even like the game we played where that guy scored 80-something points. Remember,
Yep.
the game was right. He was doing cheesy shots. The cheese shot, but the gameplay was right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a difference between everyone able to do what they want to do according and then have their different speeds, this and that. I can live with people doing cheese shots, but obviously they weren't defending him. He was coming up, pulling up. Hey, it was going in. I'll take it. But the gameplay was fine. There was nothing altered about my guy or these. This today, these last couple games, I mean, you never think that my guy had a posterizer or a Hall of Fame anything on any of those. I mean, hey, maybe a couple fast breakdowns, but what it is. But yep, this I gotta step away. Basically, yeah, be just curious or anything. It's just disgusting. Like it's almost disappointing. Like to the point where, man, again, you know, again. Hey, that's the case. That's just my opinion. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, it'll be you know how it is.
yeah,
The gameplay will be shitty for about a week or a week and a half, and then they'll patch the shit again,
maybe
and
less.
maybe less. Hopefully, hopefully they. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they do, man. I'm just tired of putting this game on and it'll like having to relearn and play a new game every week with it.
It's almost like when they give me my abilities back, what I've been doing all along with the same build and archetype according to how I is gonna carry me down the court or run with me unless he actually compensates and leaks out with me. And I noticed it a couple times. I catch the ball out there on the break, and then, they were catching me and all this other, stuff, and and obviously the build is, predicated on slashing, and all that types of shit. But yeah, I noticed I wasn't effective at all. I mean, no matter what I did. And then he did that little cheese move. He had some type of post score. I don't know what he had, but hey, he was doing that cheese left and right, and hey, I was on L2, and I couldn't do nothing with him. Man, he was shaking me off worse than Stretches did. Stretches.
Every time I buy a fucking paper from there, they ring it up and
But it's all good. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, let me know when the game start acting right. I'm sure I'll check back and maybe tomorrow.
I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, no, they were doing that a lot. Like like every time I would like beat my man or get to the side of him, he was hitting the damn L2 again and sliding in front of me and making me come to a dead fucking stop. And
Yeah.
or I kept going to the lane and it would be the same thing, and that's why that one layup toward the end where I came I came through the lane nice and clear and I ended up passing it out. That was because I had already predetermined that contact was going to be there. I was anticipating him coming out to me, and I was going to already kick it out. And I don't know what happened, but he never did. And I came through clear, but I had already hit the jump, the jump pass. So it was already too late.
I did the same thing when I went and did a spin, and then I could have completed it, but I didn't know. It's like the defense went away, and I passed out of it, or Or there was another time where I was running, and the guy was standing in front of me, my guy, and I ran into a brick wall. It's like I came to a dead stop. There was no collision where I bump into the guy and he kind of moves in motion with me, to absorb the contact. It
Right.
was like I ran into a brick wall and came to
Just a dead ass stop. Yep. No, nothing. You can't even. And at that point, you can't even hardly pass it or do anything with it. You're lucky if you can pass it.
And if you also notice that when we're running down and we're making the long passes, those are good passes. It's just that they're able to spam and stand around the free throw line area and just pick off passes. That's all they're doing. So it's almost like it's a system. Yeah, you can see it. It's just like, wow, When they restore the game, then we'll start beating teams quite easily. And, you already know what to do. Yep. Like I said, I watched a little game earlier. I tuned in for a minute, and yeah. You guys was able to do what you wanted to do. I mean, it wasn't even like you had to do anything out of the ordinary.
Nope. It was just effortless, moving the ball, and that's all it was. Just good ball movements. The gameplay was smooth. It was like, hey, it was a beautiful thing.
Yep, and then you can see it when the gameplay is smooth and those guys are trying to, because people have is die hard. Oh yeah, they're still trying to cheese and play the passing lanes, but they were coming up short. They were slow. They were they were on you, unless or in the direct line of the pass, they weren't getting those little collection of steals and they were getting burnt. So nothing new, but those guys are so used to playing cheese. It's like they don't notice it because they play part. I don't know what else they play, but it's like they're so used to it. It's almost like it's not noticeable. I don't think to them. When we're playing rec and pro-am, whatever, it's very noticeable.
Yes.
The park players live in cheese. They play. I mean, those guys got that shot. I mean, even when they hit shots that are bad shots, they're good shots for them because they play the park game. You know what I'm saying? So you're shooting with people on you. You know, you don't really, it's more of a one-on-one game, and I'm not faulting them for that, but you know, the bad shots that go in pro-am are, like I said, those shots that go in pro-am are bad shots necessarily, but I can understand because that's where the shots are taken. In park.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. I
Yep.
mean, I had nothing against him. I just had a problem at first, like, hey, can we get a little the ball moving? It was almost like he thought he was the only one around. I was like, man, me, Drizzy, and the other guy, didn't get no shots in the first quarter, like barely. I was like, dang, can we like get give him some touches, So, he started moving the ball a little bit, but it was cool. I mean, I don't have a problem with this. That's the mentality of the park player. That's what
Mm-hmm.
they can fill it up, and they got mad skills. You can see they got those mad, you know, skills, for sure. They
Mm-hmm.
can definitely get the shot off for sure, and that's a nice little talent to have. If you can integrate them into the rec setting, and get
Mm-hmm.
everyone else involved too. I mean, it could be a good thing. So it's cool. So, but other than that, that's about it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just disappointing, man. This game, it's just like, dang, it's like I don't recall 16 or it being like that. I mean, like where the game was just trash for a certain period of time. I know they did some little updates here and there and stuff, but it just seemed like that game was just.
Yeah. Like I said, it was.
I mean,
Today was quite noticeable only because I had a nice extensive run pre-update, and then I ran a couple games immediately afterwards, and the gameplay was noticeable like right away. I mean, it was just it was it was what it was. I like usually I'll play one day, they'll have then I'll come back the next day, turn the game on, and that update is waiting or whatever have you. But to go from straight from playing it, doing the update, and then playing some more, like I felt it right away. I mean, it was that noticeable.
yeah.
It was that ignorant. No, I mean for real. Hey, you know how it is. You know what your dude is capable of, and you know the spectacular games
Sure.
that he's had, and I was having all those spectacular games, earlier, and then all of a sudden I couldn't hit a shot. All of my animations were choppy. Like, yeah, it's just dumb, man. Fucking dumb as hell.
Yeah. It's what you're used to doing with your guy from time to time, and it's like, hey,
Mhm.
so yeah. Well, I guess I'm about to turn on some, go watch some Avengers or something. Hey, we're getting ramped up. The Avengers movies is coming up soon.
Mhm.
So, yep, trying to get back in that flow. So, but that's cool. All right. Well, good. If y'all good luck. If y'all going to play, good luck.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I've
I thought
been
it was going to turn the corner. What?
I've been on it all day, man. I took a little small break for about 2 hours, but other than that, I was on this game the whole day. I'm definitely about done with it for tonight. I don't know. If somebody hits me up or something like that, I might
Yeah.
run if they got a full
Yeah.
squad or something. But I don't think I don't know. I've had my fill for today. I think after those two games.
I mean, hey, if the game when the game comes back, let me know. Hey, you know
Mhm.
what it's like. You know, hey, you know what it's like when the game is right. Hey, wasn't even that bad when me and Drizzy played that one game before. But if we just, I don't know. Sorry, there'll be another update, another patch.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I'll catch you later.
You say, I holla.
Holla, holla, little holla. I holla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tell your little half cousin Ronnie 2K to quit fucking the game up, okay? And tell your little half Asian brother Mike Wayne to get the shit right, okay, buddy? All right, thanks. Tell them motherfuckers to fix the damn game, because I tell you what, I can fix the game. I tell you what. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Straight cheese arcade mode. Hey, they can have a Harlem Globetrotters mode where they bounce the ball off, doing all this other crazy bullshit, doing spins and cartwheels and shit. That could be an arcade mode. And then when they have the simulation mode, that's where you gotta play some real basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, they just need to separate the games, really, or, somehow, in some kind of way, whatever, but leave all that cheese in park, silly animation stuff to one game, and then, make something a lot more realistic for the basketball purists. For Like, those are gamers that do that dumb shit. They're not basketball fans. People that are basketball fans don't like all that retarded shit because they know it's not basketball. And 2K's problem, I think, is they're always trying to keep a balance. I think that's exactly why they make those little adjustments. So they tinker with it and leave it that way to satisfy the little park players for a little while, and then they put it back to satisfy the purists for a little while. And they play that game all year,
And they adjust the settings back. Let the cheesers have a week.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Then adjust it back in. Yep, that's what it seems like.
Yeah, just what it
When all
seems
they
like. I
do is
don't know, but it definitely feels that way for sure.
when all they gotta do is put out a perfect game all along, and then I won't have a problem with any microtransactions or anything if the gameplay is right, because it's the only game I really play. You
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no competition to push 2K to do without anything to do right. I think if EA Sports and NBA Live was to bring out a game that rivaled 2K, gameplay wise, or was better without having to do that pay to win bullshit, and you rep up through experience through the games you play. You know what I'm saying? If you can't
Well,
just
yeah, but
grind
if
your
you
way to
really,
the
if you
top.
think about it, though, the pay to play isn't even true either, because we pay all the fucking time, and it's not like,
Well, yeah,
I mean,
you gotta pay to a certain point to even get a good start.
that you
To
do.
be
Mm-hmm.
your entry level guy, I mean, you can. I mean, otherwise if everyone, if everyone had to upgrade and grind naturally, everyone would still be in the 70s.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In the low 80s. I mean, you almost like you can't get a solid footing, and shit. People barely play with you if you're in the 80s anyway, low 80s anyway.
Yeah.
It's just dumb. I liked it better with 16. Where you
16 was
just,
the best so far, I think.
I mean, you had more of a unique players. They didn't dictate which attributes unlocked. I mean, hey, yeah, you might have bought the attributes at first, to
Mm-hmm.
start out, but you could allocate them where you want them to go. You could put them, and didn't they do that for 17 too? You can,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yeah, it was capped, but you could put it where you wanted to put it.
And in 16,
You know.
the little drills that you did in the weight room, remember they did different things, like like doing the box jump would increase your vertical, or no, it was the
17, yeah, 17, yeah. Or
just
was it
different
16 also?
stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep, you're right. Yeah. I liked it better. Yeah, the box jumping increase your vertical. Yeah. So you had a chance to really work on different attributes. That's why I say they should do that for the the enhance your player, make them a little more unique. Yeah, let me work on a few attributes by working out in the weight room, by put time in the weight room. Yeah, because remember they had that little bullshit meter in 17, shooting around in practice, putting up shots. You can get a I don't know what it did, boost, get an attribute boost or something if you, but they
Mm-hmm.
capped that at a certain point too.
Yep.
You remember how you were in your mic cord and you were able to shoot around and fill that meter up, but I forgot what it did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I liked the mic cord in 17. I thought it was pretty cool. It was alright. I mean, they just got away from all that because they wanted to promote this neighborhood microtransactions and neighborhood experience, which is cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I just like being able to have control over which type of player I want to create. More.
Mm-hmm.
Allocate where I want to put my attributes. Unlock. Yeah, you can get a cap breaker unlocked, but I shouldn't have to.
And I don't like 2K interfering with my animations. I mean, what I guess what I mean by that is like, okay, if I have my shot creator, right now he's not a slasher, so I don't expect him to come in and just score on anybody at the rim. But let's say there's a guy down low who's low rated. Maybe he's a 60 rebounding center, no defense in his archetype or anything, and I've got him beat. Like, it's not about the skill of the player or the skill set of the player as defined by archetype. It's more of if he hits his animation button before I hit my animation button, he wins. Type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how guys do shit that they don't, that they're not supposed to be doing. Like they're not even capable of it, but they're doing it because the animation is there and the timing with their button or whatever. It's like a quick draw. They hit the block button or whatever before you hit the dunk button, so they win. That might change with a pure slasher. You might be able to hit it at the same time, and he still comes in as a slasher and dunks on dude. But it's just little things like that. Like there's a lot of little equalizers out there that don't need to be in there. Like you're taking away all the uniqueness of each player and taking away their identity. You got sharpshooters playing like lockdowns. Sharpshooter stretches out there dribbling like fucking playmaking guards. I mean, you know, and I could even buy into the archetype cheese if it was true for all of them. Like, why is it that the shooters can cheese all damn day, but a slasher can't come in and dunk all fucking day, or a lockdown defender can't, create havoc all over the place on the court like that? Like you can't. The other archetypes you can't cheese like that, So why, I don't know. This is dumb. The game. They need some work.
I like 16 where it's more skill based, where anybody can get beat if you play good team ball. I liked it. Whereas, I remember when my guy was still like an 88 or barely a 90, and I was competing with mid 90s, 99s. Hey, your basketball IQ and how you played the game, shine through, and I don't know. I liked it better like that. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I just like the concept of 16. That really did it for me as far as everything. I
Hmm.
mean, we played good in 17. Obviously, they exploited all that cheese, the screen and the brick walls and all this shit. Had you got stretches for a minute, and 18, hey, snatch back, blow bys, all that shit. I mean, but I was, I was still able to, enjoy that too. You know, it's just these different animations. You know, different characters. You know, I just wish
Hmm.
they would have kept it more like 16 a little bit, and just upgraded everything. You know, you know they. You know, obviously they're using the template for the 2K League, which is that's I haven't heard much about that. Have you heard any more about that since?
No, I know they were doing the second season or whatever, but
Did
I
they
haven't
already
heard
have a
much.
draft or something? Draft those players or
I don't
something?
know. I like literally, I've heard nothing about it.
The 2K, yeah, the 2K League. I ain't heard nothing about it either.
Hmm. Yeah, I
And
haven't
all
heard
these
shit.
applications. Yeah, because you know, remember it's a participation thing. You don't get 100 wins. You had to get 100 wins this time, not 50 wins. Remember, everyone hit that
Yeah.
50 win mark. They wanted the people to grind to get the 100 wins. You know,
Hmm.
people are gonna fall short of that shit. You know.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's.
But remember, it's not about even succeeding because it's just they just want the participation. They want the uptick in the spike in participation of the
Oh
game.
yeah,
That's
because
all it
along with
is.
playing goes the skill boost and the Gatorade. They know if you're
Yeah,
actively playing, you're going
yeah.
to be actively spending money. A lot of people.
Yep. It's all a big market, Floyd. Yep, you're
Mm-mm.
right. Trying to grind to get those 100 wins. People are playing it all day long.
Your guy's
That
going to
shit
rep
is
up, which
crazy.
costs you money. So I mean, like every little thing, they know what they're doing. I mean, they knew what they were doing when they made this fucking game.
Oh,
They
sure.
totally knew what they were doing.
That's their business plan.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Oh yeah, then of course they care whether they get the 100 wins or not, and then the people that got the 100 wins, qualify whatever, then they get to continue on and play the combine, the 2K League combine,
Mm-hmm.
and do that little mini grind. It's like, and while all along they know who they're gonna pick, pretty much,
Right.
and all these applications and it's a joke. I mean, I think.
Mm-hmm. No, it is.
And then they tried to do this little my team microtransaction. That's nothing but a pay to win scheme. Buying packs and you got to spend money to get these packs.
Yeah.
Get
And
the
that picked up
sapphire or
steam. You saw
diamond.
they did the tournament for my team this year.
Hmm.
So I mean, yeah, that's even further money. I mean, we're a lot of times when we're talking the conversation about the money, we're just at least me, I'm just thinking in general terms of how it costs players like you and I money, but there's, that whole other element to the game where they're getting money too. You know,
Yep.
I mean, imagine if we were into that shit, how much more money we'd be putting into this damn game buying those packs and cards.
Oh yeah,
you
I
know?
almost took a look into it. I said, that sounds kind of interesting. Collect the packs and build your own team. I was envisioning one of them fantasy league teams that but then again, everyone else is out there, building those teams.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had a gold Kareem and they had a sapphire or whatever, or a diamond Shaq, I guess you're getting torched. I mean, I don't know. It's all about who gets the best players out of the packs.
Yeah, I liked. I played it a little bit last year, and I definitely liked it as far as when you're starting the team out, building them because you're slowly adding pieces, you're building the team, and that part of it was cool. But I don't really think I would enjoy it once I got up to a level where I got to worry about who's got pink and diamond and amethyst and I mean like
Yeah.
that's too much shit. That's just another way to milk more money. Now you got four shacks that people are going to spend money on instead of one or whatever.
Hmm. Yeah.
And, like, it got too complicated. In other words, I was looking at it in depth. I'm like, man, like, I played a lot of games on that stupid thing, and I was like nowhere near even close to having any of those type of players, you know. And I'm like, yeah, these people, like, it wouldn't even be fun to me anymore, because then once you get up to that point, the unique identity of your team is gone now too. You know, now everybody's got 99s all across their roster, or, you know, all stars all across the roster. It's not even, you know, I mean, there's still matchups, but you know what I mean. I mean, there's more to be said when you're tinkering with, you know, some of the lesser knowns, or you got to juggle your bench or find that right sixth man and stuff like that. You know, there's more to be said for that than just putting together an all-star lineup and see who comes out on top. For me, I'd play now and use a all-time team if that's what I wanted to do. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just took the uniqueness away for me. Like, I would have rather played with the team lower ranked and just, you know, see what you can make out of it.
Mhm. Yeah, but that game is always who has the best, the best players, best cards is gonna probably
Hmm.
have the better team. Probably. I mean, I don't know.
Oh yeah, and there's other cards too, like, you know, like gimmick cards, like rebounding boost for games, and, you know, like all that extra stuff on top of the normal cards and players. You know, different. Oh, it's too much. It's too much.
It is. Like I said, 2K just needs a challenger to push them to act right.
Or at least,
Maybe
yeah,
when yeah,
compete for fans and
like
customers. I mean, they would lose. They're gonna lose an element, you know,
yeah,
because they've already shown that they're having a hard time catering to both styles of, you know, players, both community, you know, the purists and the arcaders.
once Live gets that game right, then you'll see that it'll be more of a skill based, or experience based, where you have to play the game to get experience. You can level up by playing.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna, and what you do on the court, you shape your own path. And yeah, I assume the player should be, upgradable according to how you want to shape the player. I mean, obviously you'll probably have a template as far as, you know, archetype somewhat, but
Yeah.
you might, I just like the way 16 was. Hey, you pick the base type of player you want them to be, and then boom, you shaped them the way you wanted to be, in a sense. I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
it was a little. I mean, yeah, you had to trust players, to play within their, not within their archetype, but you know what I'm saying, within their type of group. But it was, I just thought the gameplay was a little better. I mean, yeah, obviously the animations weren't as nice as what we're used to playing 17, 18 now, but they they were right there. All they had to do was just, update some stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
but as far as like the crowd and all that stuff, that shit was electric.
Yeah.
That shit was just like,
Yeah, they were never able to recapture that. It seemed like it was just gone after that. After 16, it was gone.
Yeah, babe.
yeah.
All right, love you.
And the ability to match up and all that, that was all extra, you know, special
Yeah,
stuff.
that was an added thing that I just really enjoyed. It was like, man, obviously 2K got their hand in a cookie jar as far as matching them now, since making the codes not work and all this other BS.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, obviously, but yeah, 16 was great. I liked it when all of us went to, we all had our